안녕하세요. Hello everyone. Welcome to the journey through South Korea. What is your mental picture when you hear South Korea? Is it the beautiful Jeju Island? Is it delicious Korean food? Or is it popular Korean dramas? Or maybe is it the Grand Royal Palace, Gyeongbokgung? Well, in this session, we're going to introduce some basic facts about South Korea, including its location and size, people, language, attractions, and cuisine. Let's get started. Firstly, location and size. Geographically, South Korea is located on the southern part of Korean Peninsula below the 38th parallel. It has coastlines along the Sea of Japan and the Yellow Sea. South Korea's topography consists mainly of hills and mountains, but there are large coastal plains in the western and southern parts of the country. South Korea shares its northern border with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The other overseas neighbors of South Korea are Japan in the east and China in the west. South Korea's terrain is mostly mountainous, with only 30% of its total land area being lowlands. The total area is 103,290 square kilometers, and it has 2,413 kilometers of coastline. The highest point in South Korea is Hanase, an extinct volcano, which rises to 6,398 feet or 1,950 meters. Secondly, its people. South Korea is one of the most ethnically homogeneous nations in the world. It means that almost everyone belongs to the same ethnic category. Over 99% of South Koreans identify as ethnically Korean. Chinese people are the largest group of ethnic minorities in South Korea, with a population of around 20,000 people. Most Koreans live in the urban areas of the country. The area around the capital city Seoul and Incheon are home to the majority of South Koreans. South Korea is one of the planet's most densely populated countries, with a density of 503 people per square kilometer. But since 1960, the total fertility rate and the working age population has been continuously declining. Koreans' lives are heavily influenced by Confucianism, which is reflected in their daily life and cultural norms. Thirdly, language. Korean is the national and official language of South Korea. In ancient times, Koreans started writing using Chinese characters. The Hangul alphabet was created in the 15th century, which made it easier for all Koreans to gain knowledge. This alphabet became popular in the 19th century when Koreans started trying to shake off Chinese influences. There have been several attempts to abolish the use of Chinese characters in the past, but the solutions were always temporary. Stay in South Korea, following government policy, students in secondary schools must learn 1,800 basic Chinese characters. Let's see some common ways to greet someone in South Korea.
안녕, 안녕하세요. Now how to say goodbye in Korean. 잘 가. 안녕히 가세요. How are you in Korean? 잘 지내? 잘 지내세요? See you again in Korean. 또 봐. 또 봬요.
Korea is the language of instruction in schools and still predominant in higher education. English language training is generally highly prioritized in South Korea since it's the language of international business and science, and English competence is highly important for employment prospects, university admissions, and social status. Fourth, attractions. South Korea has abundant tourist attractions. Tourists can experience a distinctive harmony between historical cultural heritage and modern culture. In 2012, 11.1 million foreign tourists visited, making South Korea the 20th most visited country in the world and the 6th most visited in the Asia-Pacific region. Most non-Korean tourists come from other parts of East Asia, such as China and Japan. The recent popularity of Korean popular culture, often known as the Korean Wave, has increased tourist arrivals. In 2019, around 66.2% of tourists stated that they choose South Korea as a travel destination for shopping. Around 12.7% stated that they were visiting for K-pop and experiences. I think some of you want to visit South Korea because of K-pop. Seoul is the principal tourist destination for visitors. Seoul is a city of palaces, with 5 huge palace complexes located throughout the city and now restored to their former glory. Seoul is also a city brimming with creativity, from fashion to food, architecture to art. The city has become a creative heaven for those looking to make their mark. Popular tourist destinations outside of Seoul include the major coastal city of Busan, the Taklosan National Park, the historic city of Jeonju in subtropical Jeju Island. Fifth, cuisine. Food in South Korea is reflective of the many different cultural influences that have made their way into the lives of the Korean people, like China, Japan, and other Asian countries. It has become so popular that locals and tourists alike describe them as savory, spicy, hearty, and nutritious delights. Some popular South Korean dishes are kimchi, bibimbap, South Korean barbecue, and chime. As a staple food in South Korea cuisine, kimchi is a traditional Korean dish whose components can vary but usually include some combination of vegetables, garlic, ginger, chili peppers, salt, and fish sauce. The mix is pickled and fermented, which was originally a way to preserve the vegetables for the winter months. Cabbage is the most common vegetable used to make kimchi, although carrots, radishes, and cucumbers are also frequently used too. There are hundreds of kimchi recipes that vary depending on the region and season in which they are produced. Bibimbap is a Korean dish of rice with cooked vegetables, usually meat, and often a raw or fried egg. South Korean barbecue commonly utilizes small, tender cuts like beef tongues, beef short ribs, pork belly, and chicken. Chimme is a popular weekend or post-work delicacy. Chi is Korean for chicken, and me is short for meju, which means beer. Well, we have had a quick look in South Korea from its location and size, people, language, attractions, and cuisine. We're going to explore more about this country in the following 2 videos. See you soon!